What up, y'all? So, this last week's been pretty funny on my YouTube. I made a couple videos. Well, someone sent me a video by this guy, Symandan, who's this English dude. And he, what I figured out by looking at his page and seeing how he's reacted to me is what Symandan, how he has gotten popular is by basically going to people's channels, cherry picking probably like their most speculative things, and like realistically probably the least high quality of information, and attacking that as if that is the only thing they're talking about. So what happened was Symandan made a video picking apart... Okay, so let me start over. Symandan made a video picking apart a John Levy video, which, which was the first video I've seen by Symandan, and he very obviously was cherry-picking, basically attacking John Levy's, like, heavy speculative sort of videos where he bounces from, like, reasonable, like, the mainstream story of things all the way to, like, extreme fringe stuff. He'll bounce between the two throughout his videos. So Symandan attacked all that really speculative stuff as if that was the stuff John was purely pushing. And you could just tell by the statements and whatever pieces that Symandan used in his video that Symandan edited this dude's videos down and basically, like, he altered them and took the context out of them and made fun of them. And so I was just like, holy crap, this guy has a, like, wow. Well, you know, when I checked out his page, I was cracking up that he had so many followers. And then just reading the comments was like, oh boy. So anyway, I made a video just kind of calling out Symandan and picking apart his video because it was very unscientific video and had obviously very little research put into it. Symandan was quoting Wikipedia and stuff as if Wikipedia is some sort of scientific journal. So anyway, when I put this video up, Symandan's little cult following he has started, like, pretty quickly, like, coming to my page and bashing it, which I knew was going to be great, because my YouTube, you know, like, I really don't give a crap about what I put on YouTube. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I just like having a place that I could go make videos every once in a while, but I've hardly used this YouTube. I hardly push it. I'm mostly on Facebook, for sure, and have far more of a following on Facebook than here. So, all of a sudden the other day, I was like, holy crap, because I went to my page, and there was, like, probably 30 dudes picking apart, like, all my videos and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, like, I was like, oh, it's starting. I thought maybe, like, the few videos I did caught the algorithm right, and, like, they started showing it to other people, but I was like, wait a minute. And so I went to Symandan's page. Lo and behold, his new video is about Jeffrey the Libertarian, or Jeffrey Son of Liberty, and how you know, I'm a retarded flat earther, freaking whatever, mud flutter. So I watched it, and what he had done, what he did again, was he went to, instead of addressing what I had pointed out in my video, he completely ignored my video and found one of my first, like, Tartarian videos that I made that was just kind of like explaining really quickly what the idea, the theory, the speculations are of what this possible reset was about. And this is all speculation, like, you know, like, as far as like on YouTube, all the dudes that are doing these videos, these dudes, it's very obvious that they're speculating. They talk all the time about speculation. And my videos, I even start with is, so the speculations are, you know, like some people speculate, like it's all, we aren't saying that any of these things are 100% like in stone, concrete facts that are verifiable, you know, and then these dudes are complete statists. They completely believe the mainstream story for everything in history as well as everything science. So these dudes, you know, are on the opposite spectrum of where I'm at. I am a agnostic. I am core agnostic at all these things. I don't believe I know anything. I don't believe we know anything. And I think that most of the things that were shoved down our throats in our society likely aren't true. Most stuff historically, you know, like most things going on science-wise. But these guys think that because science exists, that science regulates itself perfectly, and anything scientific or historical is completely set in stone at this point. We know everything about history. We know everything about science. And what you read on Wikipedia about science and history is absolutely true in fact, which is extremely funny to me, because history is written by the victor. I know I've said this before, and you know, history is a group of agreed upon. So, you know, the fact that this dude thinks that history as we know it is perfectly perfect, is a major, major flaw. And atheists and theists, you know, I don't feel like either of them have a foot to kick anyone with. And they're both completely full of shit, because they're both depending on the books and words of other people from the past to prove their arguments. And both of these people telling these stories, you know, have absolutely been corrupted by the powers that be, by money, by, you know, powers that be have generations and gazillions of dollars against us. They know the psychology of humans, and they know how to manipulate us. And so to say that the information that they've passed down to us is 100% accurate about everything is absolutely ridiculous. And the other thing is that making fun of people who are questioning history and science is not defending history and science. Questioning science and history is science. So what we are doing by speculating possible alternate historical versions of history, we're not saying this is it and everything, you know, like that's actually science. Speculating about possible different scenarios is how the scientific method works. And I know there's a lot of these people who are like, no, you need to look at the evidence and come to conclusions from that first. Yeah, that's fine, great, you know, that's perfectly fine. But also speculating about possible other, you know, scenarios by looking at the evidence and looking at other things. Also, like, people just believe so many things in history we've been told that are such like obvious BS. Like the whole like oh, Columbus got here and he thought he was in India, so he named the people Indians, and then they figured out that they weren't an Indian, so they just continued calling them Indians. Like things like that we're just, oh, that's just how it went down, you know, and we just don't question it. So many things from history, because, you know, like, it's just, it's too much. But anyway, so it's been a funny week responding to all these people, and, you know, I would like Simon Dan to address the things that I first brought up with him. He completely ignored the 2 videos I did, because I got a bunch of these guys that they're like, oh, you know, you need to read a book, you need to go to a library, and, you know, like, as if the only good information in the world, it comes from books. Like, these dudes don't realize I could make a book right now and put a bunch of information in it and put it in a book. That doesn't mean that the information is good just because it was in a library once. Like, that's where, you know, like this, Simon Dan keeps using Encyclopedia Britannica and Wikipedia to debunk me, which is super funny, because those are two of the most corrupted pieces of complete propaganda that gets used all the time. Like, Wikipedia is not, like... So anyway, debunk. These dudes expect me to... we're questioning the mainstream dialogue. So using mainstream sources to debunk the mainstream dialogue doesn't work, but that's what these dudes are expecting. And it's such a cop-out to just be all like, before you do these videos, you need to put out a peer-reviewed article that, like, blah, 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 like, prove, show the burden of proof. Like, this is such a cop-out. Science, because science. That's, like, the only argument that these guys have. None of these dudes are actually attacking. Like, so, back to the books. I made a video, California, Tartarians in California. There's plenty of evidence you can find that showed that Muscovites from, Tartarian Muscovites from Europe came down into California historically, and we're here who knows how long. And I used old books and old maps to prove this video, to prove to at least show that, historically, it was kind of known that they were down here. And, Simon Dan just completely glossed over this video. And all his little minions that are all over my YouTube right now are completely ignoring that this video exists, even though I've linked all of them to it all week. And I'm like, please go ahead and destroy or debunk this video, because in Simon Dan's John Levy video, he said that there weren't Tartarians in North America, and clearly there may have been, and none of these dudes have been able to. None of these dudes have even tried to attack any of these things I've said in these two videos. They're just going after the one video I made when I'd only been down the rabbit hole a month, and I really didn't have, at least the knowledge I have now 6 months later. It was just not the greatest video. Not everyone makes great videos all the time of mine, so he saw that and he used that video to be like, look at this freaking retard, basically. I mean, he didn't say that, but he, but anyway, it'll be. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for one of his minions or him to attack my Californian Tartarians in California video, because it's crickets. Like, none of them want to touch it. They all just keep commenting as if I don't have other videos, and that's my only video. Like the second Tartarian video I ever made. But anyway, I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.